One more question. Yeah. I took your advice and started meditating every day. 30 days was really, I felt like in a really good spot. I feel like I had a lot of really good things rushing in.
Because meditation brings you back to the general. When you quiet your mind, you stop thought. When you stop thought, you stop all that conditional momentum. And when you've stopped all that conditional momentum, now you are at center. Now you're in that place. Now you are wobble free.
And all this great stuff has been happening, rushing in. You know, I almost feel...
And do you realize that that great stuff was in your vortex?
I do.
Do you recognize it of things that you'd been asking for?
Yes,
Do you
absolutely.
realize that Source had it all queued up for you? And that the meditation helped you to create an atmosphere? It caused you to slow down the momentum that was causing the big wobble?
Yes.
Yes.
But I stopped meditating, and now I'm having a hard time kind of keeping up. And I'm just like,
Keeping up with what?
With all of the stuff that's happening.
So all of the things that you've asked for are coming into your experience?
Yes.
Well, the nice thing about deliberate creation is when it's going too slow, you can ask for it to speed up. And if it's going too fast, you can ask for it to slow down.
Okay.
And if you want something to slow down, get general. If you want it to speed up, get more specific. But you all are already wise enough, just from the conversation that we've had. If it's wobbling, slow it down. If it feels good, speed it up. Isn't that a simple rule of thumb? If you're feeling really happy, isn't an increase in happiness prudent? But if you're feeling aggravated, is an increase in aggravation prudent? You see it with your children, you know. We hear you say, I've seen this, this is where this goes. It's always fun and games till somebody cracks their head open.
Yeah. What is it about humans? Like, I know what I need to do, but even though I know I need what I need to do, I don't do it.
Well, this is why. Perfect question. Here's why. You have too high of a tolerance for pain. Because they've trained you to believe that it's virtuous, that the world doesn't revolve around you, and that it takes pain to have gain. And since you want gain, you've trained yourself into pain. And you know what would solve it? Caring about how you feel. Caring so much that you're just not willing to go down that thought path because it's unpleasant. Caring enough about how you feel to work the bugs out of it in the earlier stages rather than letting it get out there and then try to work it out with manipulation or cover up or lies and so forth. Yeah.
Okay.
Helpful?
Yes.
So what are you going to do about that? If you are aware, and you are, that you know what to do and you're just not doing it, so you ask that powerful question, why would I not do something that I know is good for me? It isn't because you don't love yourself, because you really do. Well, maybe. Maybe it's a little of that. Maybe you have too many opinions about yourself that are out there conditional that you can't change. You remember those terrible things you did when you were 12? Or yesterday? So, since it feels like you can't undo things, that's the flaw in the premise. The flaw in the premise is, in order for me to feel better, I have to change things that I can't change. That's the flawed premise. And when you give that up and you accept, in order to change things, I just have to choose, would I rather be confused or clear? Well, Abraham, that's a silly question. Rather be clear, really? Think about it, clear. Clarity. Think about clarity, how good clarity feels. Would you rather be indecisive or decisive? Would you rather be sure or confused? Play with that a little bit until you remind yourself how good clarity feels, how good it feels to feel good, how much fun is, how good it feels to have fun. These are really general things, and as you focus there, you'll train yourself into this wobble-free place that is as good as meditation. We'd rather that you were in a state of appreciation than meditation, but most can't get to appreciation without getting out there in the weeds, because you appreciate that, but be sure don't appreciate that, you see. If you start not with the conditions that are the reason for it, and you just start with the feeling of it, that's why meditation is such a wonderful tool. Because as you quiet your mind, you stop thought. As you stop thought, you stop momentum. When you stop momentum, now you can start it where you mean to. So when you come out of meditation, just sit there and think, oh, I love the feeling of clarity and I love the feeling of fun. Get a little momentum going there and watch how law of attraction, your very best friend, will add momentum to the clarity, to the purity, to the unwobbliness of these thoughts. Before you know it, you'll have momentum on things that matter. This is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.